lights of the Santiago Bernabeu cut through the night sky, glowing on white shirts that carry decades of history. The crowd swells in a single heartbeat as one figure steps forward, calm, confident, commanding, Kylian Mbappé. His eyes are locked, his steps measured, his aura heavy with certainty. There's something chilling about that calm. The moment he touches the ball, you can feel the tension crackle through the stands. This isn't excitement anymore. It's expectation. Everyone knows something is about to happen. He doesn't need to speak. His body language says it all. The poise, the precision, the quiet arrogance of someone who knows he's built for moments like this. In Madrid, pressure is normal, and legends are made under lights like these. But Mbappé doesn't look pressured. He looks like the one applying it. The world has waited years for this stage, and now that he's here, it feels like the beginning of something no one can slow down. When he first came to Madrid, people called it destiny. But destiny isn't enough in this city. This is the club that turns great players into history, or humbles them trying. From the very first whistle, he had to prove he wasn't here to be another star in the lineup. He was here to become the headline. And now, as he stands on this stage, sharper and calmer than ever, you realize this isn't a comeback story or a redemption arc. This is evolution in real time. This is the story of Kylian Mbappé, a player who entered the biggest club in football with the world's weight on his back, and instead of bending under it, he used it to rise. When Mbappé finally put pen to paper and joined Real Madrid, it felt like a story that had been written years earlier finally found its ending, or perhaps its beginning. Every fan, every journalist, every critic had an opinion before he even kicked a ball. But no amount of hype could soften what was waiting for him, the pressure of a stadium that measures you against legends the second you arrive. For all his talent, this wasn't France anymore. This was Madrid, and the expectations were heavier than the spotlight. Under Carlo Ancelotti, Mbappé found structure, but not freedom. The team's system demanded discipline, patience, and rhythm. Mbappé's game thrived on chaos, instinct, and space. That clash was clear from the start. Some nights he tore through defenses and made headlines. Other nights he drifted, not invisible but uncertain. It wasn't doubt, it was discomfort. The balance between his instinct and the system was still finding its shape. But even in that adaptation, he delivered. He ended the season as La Liga's top scorer with 31 goals and 39 goals across all competitions, a club record for any debut campaign. The numbers were outrageous considering he was still learning the playbook. Every statistic told the same story. Even when Mbappé isn't fully himself, he's still better than almost everyone else. His struggles were still record-breaking. That first year taught him something Madrid demands from every great player: patience. It's not enough to be talented here. You have to be relentless. And Mbappé, even while adjusting, proved that his floor was higher than most players' peaks. It was a quiet warning of what was coming next. Then the summer arrived, and with it, change. Xabi Alonso stepped into the role with calm authority, a man who understood Madrid's DNA because he once lived it. He didn't come to rebuild, he came to fine-tune. And his first decision was simple: let Mbappé be Mbappé. Instead of trying to reshape him, Alonso built a system that played to his strengths: fast transitions, vertical runs, and space to strike. The change was immediate. Training became sharper, the attacking lines more connected, and the movement more purposeful. Mbappé wasn't chasing the ball anymore. The ball was finding him. The rhythm that once felt tight started to loosen. He began timing his movements perfectly, slipping behind defenses, striking with precision, and creating chaos every time he moved. The system wasn't working around him. It was working with him. What Alonso unlocked wasn't just goals, it was joy. Mbappé started to play freely again, not just with speed, but with intelligence. His understanding of spacing and timing matured, and it showed. He was no longer relying on bursts of brilliance. He was dictating entire games. He'd drift wide to drag defenders out, then reappear in the box at the perfect second. For the first time since arriving, It looked natural. The connection between him and Madrid wasn't forced anymore. It was fluid, dangerous, and efficient. The version of Mbappé under Alonso was not reinvented. It was released. And that release marked the beginning of a terrifying new chapter for both player and club. This season, the transformation is complete. Real Madrid as a team isn't in their finest rhythm. Some players are inconsistent, others are struggling to find top form. But amidst the uncertainty, one name has remained unstoppable: Kylian Mbappé. While others fluctuate, he's playing at a level that feels robotic, precise, efficient, unforgiving. In La Liga, he's scoring in almost every game. These aren't streaks or lucky spells. They're patterns. The way he moves, the way he finishes. It's repetition, not coincidence. He doesn't waste energy anymore. Every sprint has meaning. Every shot has intent. He's not chasing chaos, he's controlling it. What makes it even more frightening is how easy it looks. He's not forcing his presence. It's automatic. Give him half a second, half a yard, and the outcome feels certain. Defenders know the danger. Goalkeepers prepare for it. And yet, it still happens. This isn't form. This is routine. It's not emotion. It's execution. And remember, he's doing this in a team that's still not firing on all cylinders. That's what separates him from the rest. Madrid may have off nights, but Mbappé doesn't. He's scoring when they're struggling, leading when they hesitate. Every goal he scores feels like a message that he doesn't need perfection around him to be perfect himself. Madrid is in transition. Some nights they look like a machine, other nights like a puzzle missing a few pieces. But through it all, one constant keeps them alive: Mbappé's brilliance. He's carrying the weight of a team that's still rebuilding, and doing it with ease. That's what makes his current form even more impressive. He's not thriving because of the team. The team is surviving because of him. There's a calmness to him this season that feels almost unnatural. He no longer reacts. He dictates. The emotion that once fueled him has turned into focus. The smile after goals is smaller, quieter, colder. He doesn't need to celebrate loudly anymore because the statement is in the scoreboard. He's matured from being the highlight to being the heartbeat. Every match feels the same. Madrid can play good or bad, but Mbappé delivers. When others lose rhythm, he finds it. When others fade, he sharpens. He's not chasing validation anymore. He's enforcing it. That's what makes him dangerous. That's what makes him Madrid. And it's worth saying again, he's doing all this while the club itself isn't peaking. If this is what Mbappé looks like when surrounded by inconsistency, imagine the storm that's coming when everything clicks. He's not waiting for balance. He's creating it. And now, the question every football fan whispers: can Kylian Mbappé break Lionel Messi's all-time record, the most goals ever scored in a single season or a single calendar year? It's the number that has defined an era, the benchmark that once felt unreachable. But watching Mbappé play right now, it doesn't feel unrealistic anymore. His current ratio, his composure, his hunger, everything points towards something historic. This isn't about comparison, it's about capability. The way he's performing, the way he's scoring, you can feel history breathing near him. Each week brings another goal, another step closer to something remarkable. He's not obsessed with the numbers, but the numbers are starting to obsess over him. He's become the player who defines Madrid's modern identity. Every goal feels symbolic, not just of talent, but of leadership. He's no longer the boy trying to prove himself. He's the man setting the standard. And the frightening part is that this version of him still has another gear. If he keeps up this pace, records will fall. And even if he doesn't break them, the chase itself is rewriting what we expect from excellence. Because right now, Mbappé isn't just aiming for greatness. He's shaping it. He's redefining what's possible and making the impossible feel routine. The season is still young, but something about it already feels historic. Every time Mbappé steps on the field, there's a silence before the storm. a collective realization that something special is about to happen. His dominance doesn't shout anymore. It hums quietly, confidently, like a rhythm the world has to adjust to. Madrid might not be flawless, but Mbappé's form is beyond question. Every goal feels colder, more calculated. He's not reacting to the game. He's rewriting it, bending it toward his will. The spotlight doesn't follow him anymore. It belongs to him. Kylian Mbappé came to Real Madrid to build an era. What we're seeing now feels like the start of one. He's the calm in the chaos, the certainty in the noise, the inevitability in every outcome. This isn't about proving anything anymore. It's about control, about legacy. Because when greatness stops chasing validation and starts commanding it, that's when history begins. And that's what's happening right now. Kylian Mbappé isn't just better. He's getting scarier.